outside of my dreams, thought it would be the end of me. I thought I'd never make it through. I had no hope to hold on to. I thought I would break. I didn't know my own strength, and I crashed down and I tumbled, but I did not crumble. I got through the pain. I didn't know my own strength. About my darkest hour, my faith kept me alive. I picked my head back up and held my head high, 'cause I was not meant to break. I didn't know my own strength. Found hope in my heart. I found the light to light my way out of the dark. Found all that I need here inside of me. I thought I'd never find my way. I thought I'd never live that way. I thought I would break. I didn't know my own strength, but I crashed down and I tumbled, but I did not crumble. I got through the pain. I didn't know my own strength. Survived my darkest hour. My hope kept me alive. I picked myself back up and held my head up high. I was not built to break. I didn't know my own strength. There were so many times I wondered how to get through the night. I took all that I could take. I didn't know I didn't know my own strength. I crashed down and I tumbled, but I did not crumble. And I got through the pain, though I didn't know my own strength. Throughout my darkest hour, my faith kept me alive, and I kept myself up high. I was not meant to break. I didn't know my own strength.
Hey there. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for everyone that's here. Thank you for everyone that's online. I'm going to read a couple of entries from the book, but I'm going to start with my acknowledgments first and share that with you. And I thank you again, AC. I didn't know my own strength, and I really didn't, but I know now. So thanks for sharing that. And the acknowledgments for my book says, of course, first giving honor to God and thanking Him for allowing me to reach this side of my journey with my sanity intact. So my mom always say, pray for your sanity. And also thank you to my mother, Miss Patricia Tolliver, for teaching me the power of prayer. I believe in that those prayers and God's grace is what allowed me to endure my amazing yet challenging 30 years in the workplace, often as the first and only woman of color in the room. I am grateful for growing up in a family that is loving and giving, a family that's take care of one another and our community. The servant spirit taught me forgiveness, empathy, and compassion for all people. To you, my aunts, who continue to guide us, my siblings for your unconditional love, and my cousins for your unwavering love and support. To my gifts, my nieces and my godchildren, who I have a couple here today, thank you for bringing me joy. You are my inspiration. I love you more than you can imagine. Thank you to the team of people who have worked diligently to support my brand and the projects over the past 18 months. Thank you, my left and right hands, Monica and Jasmine. They're over there working right now. You guys have seen them working. Madison at Anka PR, and my soul brother, Darren, founder of Self-Publish in 30 Days, and his team for helping me publish yet another book. Special thank you to Monica, the queen of Plan Pro, for believing in me, even when she didn't understand where I'll be taking us. She also created the artwork for this book. And to my friends and mentors who have listened and guided me through the years, thank you for every phone call, every meeting, every lunch, every dinner, every glass/bottle of wine. I appreciate you. I love you. Hugs. And thank you, Quincy, for registering for the Cornell University Diversity and Inclusion Program with me and being my homework partner, because it was those assignments that led to me writing this book. Now I want to share, I'm going to share a brief part of my introduction with you, and then I'll share an insert from one of my favorite chapters, My Wish List for Little Black Girls. So on my introduction, really want to give you an understanding of what the book No Back Doors for me was about and how I got here. Many years ago, my mother shared a story with me that when she was a young woman, there was a Mexican food restaurant in Galveston, Texas, where I grew up, and she loved their food. However, they only served colored people from the back door. So one day when she went and they said, go to the back door, she decided that she wouldn't do it and that she wouldn't eat there anymore. So to me, I felt on that day that she made a decision for herself and for her children that there would be no back doors for me. And as her firstborn child, she probably did it more for me. No, I'm kidding. I had to do that for my brother and sister. And so, Mommy, thank you for making that decision that there would be no back doors for me. After creating my outline for this book and listing the stories I would share, I realized the irony of the story is that I had been treated as if I was at the back door throughout my entire business life. In the book, I would share stories of racism, sexism throughout my career, which counts for more than half of my life. I also realize I'm writing several decades of the involvement of Black people, from being referred to as colored, to Negro, to African American. There are so many labels defining African American people. This lists a few of the less harassing words used to describe our race. I read an Oxford academic article written in 1992 that says the changes have been seen as attempts for Blacks to redefine ourselves and gain respect and standing in a society that has held us as subordinate and inferior. Nearly 30 years later, after this article was written, we are still trying to gain respect and standing in that same society. It wasn't until completing a homework assignment doing my diversity and inclusion studies through the program at Cornell University that I realized I'd been experiencing a self-diagnosed form of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. The PTSD was a result of many incidents where I told myself to overlook things or to get past things or to let them go, to walk away from them. But I learned that through my homework assignment, that those experiences don't go away. They stay with you. The result of being treated as if you're less than or don't belong stays with you. And just when you think that you have it all figured out, the memories of the pain of them can lead you on the path of self-destruction or self-discovery. And I chose the latter. Now for my chapter, I'm going to read something from one of my favorite chapters of the book, and that's my wish list for little Black girls. Anyone who knows me knows that I have 4 nieces and 2 goddaughters. I also have a godson. He's here today. We don't forget Bryant. But within this precious pool of potentially powerful young Black ladies, or two adults, two who want to be adults, a 16-year-old and a 7-year-old powerhouse. When a 7-year-old was 3, I bought her a t-shirt from the Bahamas that says, "I'm the boss, I'm in charge." She immediately, without hesitation, took the t-shirt off in her grandma's living room and claimed her position as girl boss by putting on her new shirt. At the age of 7, this young lady plans her daily life by calendar and clock, assigning time slots for her work, her playtime, game time, art, exercise. Prior to COVID, she thought the school was boring and took too much of her time out of a busy day. Fast forward to the new norm and homeschooling, she now believes her point has been proven. There is simply no need to return to her formal schedule. I had hoped and prayed that this world would be ready for them. Yet, I sit here in pain in my heart and tears in my eyes as I acknowledge how little the cultural divide has changed and how the trivia of the process has been towards learning to accept one another and who we are, not the color of our skin. We are living in a time where my girls have already experienced some of the lingering hatred that plagues this land for too long. I have desired to pave a way that would provide access for them. Sorry, yes, I lost my place. And, no. Oops, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I desire to pave a way that would provide access for them. I wanted to expose them to a variety of cultures and demonstrate how to navigate smoothly through the diversity of it all. But it was my hope that it could be without the obstacles and battles that I had faced. And then I share a story that took place when I took my niece and my goddaughter to San Francisco to visit 2 colleges, Berkeley and Stanford, and an experience that took place while we were there in a local Starbucks. So I'm going to fast forward to the end of that paragraph and just say, so the irony of this story is, although I based my life's creed on my mother's decision many years ago to not be served at the back door, I seem to have found myself at a few back doors in my quest through the corporate world. Based on this discovery, I've pondered a name change for this book, but no, it is firmly planted in my heart that there would be no back doors for me, and hopefully not for my girls either. I want my nieces to read this book and to know where they need to pick up at on the journey to continue the fight for the rights of all African Americans. It is not necessarily my goal for them to ask for a seat at your table. I simply want them to build their own platforms and show your grandchildren and their grandchildren what inclusion looks like and what it feels like. No back doors for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Joyce, for sharing a bit of your story with us. Guys, if you have not already gone to Amazon, please go to Amazon.com, search for Joyce Johnson, No Back Doors for Me, add it to the cart. And because we all have Amazon Prime, it'll be there in 2 days. You want to read this entire book. Buy it for your nieces, buy it for your daughters, buy it for your coworkers. This is a book that we all can read, that we all can relate to, and you do not want to miss out on the wonderful joys shared in this book. So go ahead, the link should be posted in the chat right now. And for everyone that is tuned in with us, in your email about an hour ago, you also received the direct link so that you can purchase this book. We also are selling our t-shirts, No Back Doors for Me, as well as the journal directly on the website, IamJoyceJohnson.com. So if you want to take advantage of that bundle, you can purchase it there. If you want the book, go straight to Amazon, search for No Back Doors for Me, and you'll be able to purchase the book. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us for Joyce's virtual launch of No Back Doors for Me. You guys have a wonderful rest of your evening.